All right, guys, exchange episode 12, and let's go.
So the questions today, the theme more or less is where to start if you want to own a business or you want to start a business. So kind of getting going, those kinds of things.
Okay.
Let's just start off more broad. This is from Lynn, what is the most important thing to know before you start a business?
It's not 9 to 5. It is, in the beginning, for me, it was 24/7. Well, not 24/7, but it was like 20 hours a day. It was just really getting in there and working. There's no, when people are going to sleep or they're going out, you need to just head down and work. That was me in the beginning. And then having somebody you can talk to. Preferably another business owner that has done it, and not did it like 20-30 years ago. Somebody that has probably done it within the last 10 years, especially now with technology and social media and everything else. I'd rather approach somebody that started a business 5-10 years ago and pick their brain rather than somebody that did it a long time ago.
Someone who's established, find mentorship, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll move on. This is along the same lines. This is from Jalija, I'm going to say. I'm 16 and I want to start a business and be an entrepreneur in the future. I want to start right now, but the problem is that I don't know exactly where to start. I don't know what to do and how to do it. I have the motivation and mindset, but I don't know how to start.
And she's 16?
He or she, I'm not sure.
The person is 16, right? Mm-hmm. So like I had no clue what the hell I was going to do at 16 years old. Well, I thought I was going to be in sports, but that's did not work out. I would just try as many things as you can to see what you like. If it's drop shipping, if it's YouTube channel, if it's singing or retail, whatever it is, just test everything out, see what you like, and try it. You don't need to physically go there and start these companies. I would, go to your surrounding area talk to your parents, talk to your aunt and uncles or somebody in your school or their parents that are in that type of business that you want to
tag along
kind of learn. Yeah, just tag along, right? Like, if somebody wants to get into like the Dylan business of editing and videoing, I would call Dylan and come on. Like seriously, hang out with you, and see what you do all day long and what kind of software you use and how you get around this, and you'll get a better understanding of what's going on. Like a mortgage business, you'll follow me around, right? See what I do, and it's not a whole lot. It's a whole lot of phone calls and waiting and emailing back and forth, but you'll just get the knowledge of it.
But that's changed over the years. I mean, obviously, starting your business, it was probably a lot different, right? Meeting new people, building up a client base, and
for me, what has become so much different today than 5, 7, 10 years ago is just the way I do business. Right today, everything for me is more digital. It is hence no suit and ties. I don't leave the office. Most of my days are spent inside the office and communicating through not only phone calls now. Instagram and LinkedIn and Facebook and all these different methods today. And sure, those things were all around 10 years ago or last 8 years, but people are just starting to use it way more. I get documents that are coming in today from like WhatsApp or through Messenger or through like so many different avenues, right? Yeah. And you just have to accept them all and work that way.
Next question from Chris. Any advice for a new insurance agent trying to build up a clientele? So I know it says insurance
that could
agent,
be anything,
right? But I just say like advice for building up a new clientele.
Yeah.
From Chris.
Chris, if you have money, I would actually run ads. I would get some type of video explaining yourself.
Like Facebook
ad, Instagram ad, YouTube, LinkedIn, and go out there and collect data, and then advertise towards that data, right? Add as much value as you can, and do what we did in the beginning, like document your day to day. And Dylan just give me a look because I got Starbucks and I'm just messing around with it, and I think it's affecting the sound here, so I apologize guys if the sound is annoying. I would run ads to your demographic. That's one of the things. If you don't have the funds, then I would go pound on the pavement, walk around, talk to people, start a podcast, start a vlog, on the advice we gave to that realtor, being the mayor of your town there, being adding so much value to the neighborhood where people will just refer deals to you. So at the end of the day, everything, just get out there and network as much as you can through social, digital, or face to face.
So the next one is from Mia. Just to build off that a touch, maybe I think we've answered this before, obviously. But should you build a personal brand or a company?
I've built them.
Which do you think is more valuable? How can you scale with a personal brand?
I built them both. We have content for both TFS and also for Sunil Prasad 360 personal brand. I focus more on my personal brand right now because it's my long goal is more to do with personal brand rather than my mortgage company. Build them both. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
Build them both.
How would you scale the personal brand? So first, actually, you think they're both equally as valuable?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then how can you scale with the personal brand?
With personal brands, I can look, once my name catches on and they know I want to get into private equity, it just opens so many doors where people knock on it and say, hey, look, I got a business for sale. Would you look at it? So that works. Also for mortgages, they know what I do, and they contact me through both sides, through the company brand or the personal brand, and that's the way I scale by giving value, and then at the end of the day, hopefully something returns and they come back for business.
Okay, next question is from Max. What's the better strategy, paying off personal debt then starting a business, or starting a business and then paying off personal debt?
Oh man, I would get rid of debt. If you can get rid of both at the same time, it's great, but there's no need to have debt around you. It's just, it slows everything down. What happens is when you start a personal brand, you need the funds to invest in running Facebook ads and everything else. You want cash. But if you have debt, I hate debt. Fucking hate debt. Get rid of the debt first. It's just, you don't need somebody knocking on the door or collectors coming to you and everything else. It's just, that doesn't make sense. I personally would pay off debt first.
So there's a theory, or there's a what if you have a bunch of student loans, debt and student loans, you want to get your business, you got an idea, you're ready to go. It's like, okay, fuck it, like I'm done with my education, I'm going to start a business. Then it's like, you got to make some money somehow. So
I would do a percentage then, right?
Yeah.
If the debt is so big that you're not going to pay that off in a year or 2 years, then I would look at whatever I can afford, and majority of it goes towards debt, and everything else will go towards building my brand or my company, and then see how, if you can actually cut back on your expenses and see if you can increase on your business.
Next question from Marianne. Do you have your business on Google? Do you think reviews on review sites like Google and Yelp are important in your business as an entrepreneur?
Yes, I do. I've been looking at the numbers for TFS, and we always grow on.
Yes, you do have it on Google.
Yes, I do. I have it on Google. I'm guessing she's talking about Google My Business. Yeah, it's on there. Look, when I Google search somebody's name or company, if it doesn't show up on Google with the map and the telephone number, for me, it's not. I can't validate it. People go to Better Business Bureau and things like that. For me, I go to Google. I go to Google and look at it. If on the right side, I search it, on the right side, it shows the map, shows the building, shows the picture, and has some reviews there. Okay, for me, that's legitimate. Just me as a consumer. As a business, I show those numbers every single month. I send it over to you. How many people have looked us up, clipped the map, or called us from there? And those numbers are growing. Hence why we have photos in it. Did we upload photos in there again?
No, I just was thinking about that when you
okay,
started
so
writing.
Yeah, we got some new photos coming up there. So no, it's a good thing. I like it. Actually, let's go back on that one. Like for me, if I'm in a new area, I go to Google Maps, right? And I'll type in what I'm searching for. If I'm looking for a shoe store, or if I'm looking for a hotel, if I'm looking for a sandwich place, and it tells me right there. It's another search function, which is great.
Yeah.
Right. So if your business is a restaurant where you have an area, there's within that 2-block radius, there's like 30 restaurants, and yours pops because you got It's always updated. It's got great photos. It's got reviews. Chances are me going there is pretty high.
Yeah. Next question from Rebecca. How do you figure it out if it's best to work alone or find a business partner? What questions should I be asking and what requirements should I have? I've been looking for one, but it seems everyone is all talk, no work. So frustrating, wasteful of time. I could have used more productively. I own a spa. I am currently mobile, but I want to find a place to call home for my business, if that helps with any advice.
Yeah, so regarding business partners, I always looked at it this way. Where do I not add value? Right? So I'm going to go back to this again. When I started the vlog, I did not know how to record. I did not know how to edit. So at that stage, do I hire a partner or do I hire somebody that, do I find a partner and team up, or do I, hire somebody to do this work for me? And I chose to hire somebody. Now that's the way I look at it. And I think you should do the same thing too. Like wherever you can add the value and the partner or somebody you hire can add the value, then I think it's a good thing.
That goes back to doing and delegating.
Yeah.
So when you're saying that you were thinking recording, like what difference would it made if you had a partner instead of hiring a video?
I don't think my
guy?
business is big. Like this business, I don't want to scale, so it's not. It just wasn't feasible for me. Yeah, I debated in the beginning, right? I debated in the beginning, and then I came to the conclusion like there's nothing for me to. There's no offer here.
Right.
What I'm going to give them. Yeah. Especially in my business, it's very regulated where even your partner will need to have a license for them to even work, right? So it just, those two things didn't work. But in other businesses that I got into, and I found out the reason why a lot of the business I got into with other people and they did not do well is because we all brought in the same experience, right? And whatever we're lacking on, the business went down because those are the things we did not work on. So today, if I was going to start something, I find out what my weaknesses are, and I make sure that the partner I bring in, that is their strength, and we can go that way. Now, it's up to you if you want to bring them as partners or if you want to bring them as employees. Mm-hmm. So that's just up to the individual.
Would you partner up?
I would.
Yeah.
I would.
With
just depending on
in what business, what capacity?
In just about any business. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to get involved in the day-to-day. I want to get involved in the business development side, but not on the operation side.
What would be your ideal complementary traits in a potential business partner?
That's a tough one. We're talking about Amazon earlier on today. So anyone that does drop shipping or Amazon FBA that has experience to run the e-commerce side,
I'm thinking more like
definitely
character traits, personality traits. Like, like we talked about before, you like the operations side. You feel like that's where your domain is.
Yeah.
What benefit would it have bringing someone in for you? Like, what would they be?
Maybe more
operator.
Maybe more on the financial side, right? Mm-hmm. Not money wise, but I mean like somebody that can look at the financial statements and say, hey, look, you know what? We need to grow this. We need to slow this down. I think that side, I know it, but it's just too boring for me. I just can't stand that side. I would say that would be one. Another one would be definitely creative. I don't have the creative side behind me. Those are two off the top of my head.
Okay. Last question, Mary. How do you measure success?
If I enjoy going into the office every day. I come here on a Saturday and Sunday, and I love it. Mm-hmm. I prefer to come here on a Saturday, Sunday than Monday to Friday. It's quiet. I get to do my stuff, right? That's one way. I measure the business through, obviously, financial, because that's what keeps the doors open. And then if I'm happy, right? Mm-hmm. If I had to pick, then happy. If I'm doing what I'm doing, and then financial.
Happiness first.
Happiness, yeah. What's the point of coming in if you're not, even if the numbers aren't the greatest, but as long as you're in the positive and you're happy, you should, I'm fine. I'm spending the majority of my life in my business. I don't want to be depressed, man. I want to be happy. I want to be smiling. I want to be, positive. And if that's not there, then it's just a waste.
How has your definition of success or your measurement of success changed over your life? Or has it?
It has, because before, for me, it was straight out money for the first, 7-8 years of my business. It was like, okay, who cares if it's going to piss you off? Who cares what's going on? Who cares if they're going to drive you crazy or treat you like shit? Let's get the money. Mm-hmm. And now it's a little different. Now it's doesn't make me happy. I don't add value. I can't serve them. Like, why even deal with them? Regardless how much, commission is at the end of the day, fuck it. Do stuff based on my maxims. I always talk about those, right? Always talk about my maxims. And if it doesn't fit there, I just don't do it.
Yeah, that's it.
All right, guys, that's the end of Exchange 12. If you guys are watching us on YouTube, please find us on podcast, and we have links there, and vice versa. If you guys are listening to us on podcast, want to see the video of me playing with my Starbucks cup and Dylan kind of rudely looking at me, then you can follow there. All the links are below. Have a good one. Until next time.